you got to chalk the wheel. The right way to chalk the wheel is the outside tire, front and back.
Both sides, right?
On the driver's side.
Oh, just driver's side? Okay.
Yeah. Just chalk them just like that.
Okay.
All right? But she's going to, when you get there, you got to sign in, fill out some paperwork. They're going to tell you to go wait by the truck. That means go wait by the truck. I've had guys go sit in their car.
Oh, okay.
Wander off. Go use your restroom if you have to. Go to the truck. You can practice your pre-trip the whole time you're there.
Okay. So as we waiting by the truck, just go ahead and chalk the wheels.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing, she'll come out, get some numbers off the truck. She's going to open the door, get some numbers off of here. Don't worry about any of that. Then she's going to, you walk up to her and you introduce yourself, look her dead in the eye, and exude confidence.
Okay.
I mean, just show her that you're ready for this. They pick up on that right away. They come out and you're looking at your feet and follow along behind them, they pick up on that right away. Wow.
But that can't make them fail you, can it?
No, but it sets the tone.
True, because then they'll apply the pressure on you.
They want to know that you're ready to go.
Oh, okay.
And I've been doing this for a long time. They have told me over and over again that they like it when I come up there with guys, or my guys show up there, because they're generally prepared, ready to go. They got to deal with all these daily driving school and cat law and all that. Those guys aren't ready at all. They fail 6-7 times in a row.
Wow.
And they hate it. It's like a waste of their time. Nobody likes to waste.
Oh, so this is not just, I thought it was just for Budweiser driver. This is just a driving for everybody. It's national.
Yeah,
or
you
Georgia
got to go
state
to the state and get certified.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
So she's going to come out, get her numbers and all that. You introduce yourself. Show her that you have the keys.
Okay.
You want the keys in your hand. Every year, there'll be a mechanic up under a truck. He left the keys in the ignition. Guy runs out, jumps in the truck, cranks it up. The fat fucking mechanic can't get out from under the truck and gets run over and killed. It happens a lot. So they want the wheels chalked. They want the keys in your hands. So show them the keys, put them in your pocket. She's going to explain to you what she wants you to do. It could be the full-blown pre-trip. It could be just parts of the pre-trip. We have no way of knowing that until she tells you.
Oh, so she really has the...
So when you're doing this pre-trip, I'll show it to you real quick. Break it up. Everything is a different area. You got the front of the truck, under the hood, the coupling area, the back of the trailer, the back of the tractor, the side of the tractor, the interior. Don't just do this starting at the front of the truck, working your way through it. Do this where you break everything into pieces. So she says, all right, show me the coupling area. You know where to start on the coupling area. Show me the back of the truck, do the end cap. That might be your whole test. That's easy as hell.
True.
All right, so don't practice it just one way. Break it up, quiz each other. If you got that paperwork I made,
yeah,
with all the little boxes you check off,
Russ gave it to me.
Use that as a test. You test him, you test him.
Okay.
While after you go over the truck a couple of times, get a clipboard and then say, okay, you do the pre-trip. You got to chalk the wheels, you got to pull the key, and then do the whole pre-trip. You don't help them at all. You just mark off what's wrong. When he's done doing the pre-trip, okay, here's our weak areas. You missed this, 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 and this. It makes everything go a lot quicker and smoother. All right, so the lady comes out and says, all right, you're going to do a full-blown pre-trip. You got the wheels chalked, got the keys in your pocket. Walk around here to the front of the truck. All right, you want to check general overview on the front of the truck. Make sure there's no damage, nothing's broken, bent, cracked. Check your clearance lights up top. You want to, on everything we do, you want to start at top and work your way down.
Okay.
It's hard to miss stuff if you start up top, work your way back and forth coming down. I want to check my clearance lights, make sure they're amber in color, not cracked, broken, or damaged, none missing. My mirrors aren't falling off the truck. My windshield's not cracked, damaged, or broken. I want to check my grill, make sure it's securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, missing any nuts or bolts. I want to check my headlights and my turn signals, make sure they're not cracked, damaged, or broken. I want to check my bumper. Make sure it's securely mounted, not bent, cracked, broken, or damaged, not missing any nuts or bolts. I want to check to make sure I have an up-to-date tag. Under here, I'm going to check my front axle, make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken. There's no leaks or spills underneath. They're not going to help you with anything. So you have to unstrap the hood. You also have to close it and latch it back. They will not help you. They just stare at you with dead fish.
Okay.
It's stirrup rack. Alright, on this one we're going to start over here. And again, you start up high and work your way down. The highest thing here is your coolant level. You want to check that eye, make sure it's at the proper level. It has a cap that's tight and secure, and it's not leaking. Securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts. No cracks or damage.
So can you actually see the level on that eye if you look in there? Because this nose is like kind of darkest.
It doesn't matter.
He said it
That's
doesn't.
what you tell me.
Oh, okay.
You'll be checking this when this truck's cold in reality. So this, you can see it clear.
Okay.
Right now it's 200 degrees.
Yeah.
All right, then you're going to check all your hoses and hose clamps. On the hoses, you want to be sure that they're not crack, damaged, leaking, or dry rotting. You want to check, this is a different truck from what I'm used to, so this might take a second.
So if we go through this and we get a different truck, is it going to be... Do she know that we're doing the truck that we're doing, or she just going to give us whatever?
About you.
Wow.
So whatever truck.
So we try to bring this truck.
And we just try to stay on whatever.
This or they're all very similar. There's not a big difference between the trucks. Some of them might have the generator over here, alternator over here. Some might have it on the other side.
Okay.
But pretty much they're all the same, just a little different configuration.
Okay.
All right, so you check the radiator, check the hoses, you've checked your hose clamps. You want to check your alternator. Make sure it's securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts, not cracked or damaged. The wires aren't cut or frayed.
You have to say that every time? Not missing any cracks and bolts?
Every single time.
Wow.
They want you to tell them about damage. They don't want to hear that you're looking for damage. They want to hear what kinds of damage. Crack, broken, missing nuts and bolts. So you want to check the alternator. Securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts. The wires are hooked up correctly, not cut or frayed. The mounting bracket's in good condition, not cracked, broken, or damaged. You want to check your serpentine belt. Make sure it has no more than half-inch play. It's not cracked, broken, cut, or dry rotted. And that's about it over here. Everything
the
else
fan
will be
too,
on
right?
The other side. You do all
on the side?
other side.
Okay.
You also want to check the back of your headlight. Make sure it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. The wires aren't cut or frayed. This is in good condition.
Okay.
It's important. If you're driving down the road, your headlights fall off. Bad thing.
Sure.
Then come over here. Again, we want to start up top. This is your washer fluid. Luckily, it's labeled washer fluid, so I wasn't sure what the hell it was. But you want to make sure it's not cracked, broken, or damaged, leaking, and its mounting brackets are in good condition. It's got a cap and it's full. You want to check your wiper motor.
Yes.
Which on this one is a little bitty thing. The mechanism's covered up by this cowling, so it's hard to see. You want to be sure that your wiper motor's in good condition. Your wipers are in good condition, not bent, cracked, broken, or damaged. Okay, now we're working our way down. You're going to check your hoses, hose clamps. You're going to check the back of your headlights. Again, make sure not cracked, damaged, broken. Everything's tight and secure. Coming down, next thing we have is the fan blade. You want to make sure that the fan blades are all there, not missing, not cracked, broken, damaged, not loose or falling off.
Is that the fan blade?
Fan blade.
Yeah, it's the fan right there.
Right in there.
The big ass fan right there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's important.
That's the blade.
You also, when you're in here checking the fan blades, the water pumps right there on the front of the motor. You want to make sure that motor, that water pump's not cracked, broken, damaged, leaking, missing any nuts or bolts. All right. Then, not used to this motor again. Here's your oil. You're going to actually pull that dipstick out, wipe it off, put it back in, pull it out. You all know how to check oil?
Check oil, yeah.
And check the oil.
Okay.
They will not go for a ride with you if you don't check the oil.
All right.
This thing's got an automatic transmission. You'll offer to check that. They'll say the truck has to be running to check it. They'll say that's fine, just as long as you know to check it. Then you want to check your air compressor and your air governor. and make sure that they're securely mounted, not crack damage or leaking. They've got fluid and air in them. You want to check all the hoses on it, make sure they're not crack damage, broken, misaimed nuts or bolts. That is the compressor.
That's the compressor, yeah. That's the governor.
And that is great.
The compressor pushes the air, the governor controls it.
You're going to get dirty doing this.
Of course.
I carry a paper towel so I can clean it up as I go.
True.
All right, so we're working our way down. We come to the power steering pump. Reservoir. Make sure it's at the proper operating level. The cap's tight and secure. The mounting, it's mounted correctly. Not missing nuts and bolts in the brackets, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Missing nuts and bolts. All right. That brings us to the steering rod. There's U-joint at this end and the U-joint right here. You want to be sure those U-joints are in good condition, not cracked, broken, damaged, missing nuts or bolts. You want to make sure that your steering rod's properly greased, not bent, broken, or damaged. Steering rod comes in with a steering box. You're going to make sure that the hoses aren't crack, damaged, leaking, or dry rotted. You want to be sure this is securely mounted, doesn't have any cracks, damage, or leaks to it. Pitman arm, it's in good condition, tight and secure, not missing nuts and bolts, properly greased. Your steering linkage is in good condition, not crack, broken, damaged, missing nuts and bolts, properly greased. You want to make sure your tie rod, that's that big round rod down there at the bottom, ties the tires together so they turn in unison. It can't be bent, cracked, broken, damaged, missing nuts and bolts. Then you want to check your leaf springs. Your leaf spring hangers, securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Your leaf springs aren't cracked, damaged, slid out of place. Your U-bolts, securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts. And your shock absorbers, not cracked, broken, damaged, or leaking.
Shock absorbers, those are.
That's right there.
Okay.
Then you want to check your airline. Make sure it's not cracked, damaged, leaking, or dry rotted. That airline comes out to a brake chamber. You want to be sure that brake chamber is securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, or leaking. You want to make sure that your slack adjuster, which is that thing right there,
Okay.
has no more than 1 inch play. You just have
Which
to
means
tell
pull.
them that.
Yeah,
The brakes are set on here so you can't move it. You also want to be sure that the push rod's not bent or damaged. Something I missed. On here, you got to check cotter keys. Cotter keys are there to hold that castle nut in. So there's hundreds or thousands of them on the truck. You'll be checking them, but you got to call out the cotter key. That brings us to the tires. You got 3 different sets of tires here. Steer tire, drive tire, trailer tire. Alright, steer tires. These cannot be retreads. They cannot be mismatched. They have to be the same size tire.
432nd.
Tread depth is 4/32 tread depth. And you're checking, make sure they don't have uneven wear or cuts or nails or screws or anything stuck in them.
Okay.
Then you want to check the inside of the tire for cuts and bulges. You want to check the inside of the wheel for cracks or signs of welded repair. You want to check brake drum, make sure it has no cracks or holes in it. And you want to check the brake shoes, make sure they're not worn thin.
Okay.
Then you got to come to the outside tire. You want to check the outside tire for cuts and bulges, the outside of the wheel for cracks or signs of welded repair. The lug nuts are all here, tight, secure, no rusted or shiny threads that indicate them being loose. Hub oil seal. You want to make sure that hub oil seal is securely mounted, not missing nuts or bolts, not crack, damage, or leaking. Same shit over and over and over and over and over.
So when you check the inside of the wheel, do we go under or do we
Just lean in like that
Okay,
and point and
okay.
touch what you're talking about.
Okay.
Then you're going to check the air in this tire with a gauge.
Oh, so she's going to give you a gauge?
No. You just gotta
So where do we get
tell
one?
them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not. They're just making sure.
They don't want you
know
verbatim
what
with
to
it.
do.
Okay.
All right. So you're done the whole. Oh, we didn't check the valve stem. You gotta check the valve stem. Make sure it's not cracked, damaged, leaking, or broken. It has a cap.
Okay.
You're gonna check the air in that tire with a gauge. All right. This one's got a mud flat. So you're gonna check that mud flat. Make sure it's securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged.
Okay.
All right, so that's the engine compartment. Okay, now we come to a new area, the side of the truck. You start up top just like everything else. You're gonna make sure these mirrors are on here tight and secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. You're gonna make sure your grab bar is securely mounted, not miss any nuts and bolts. You're gonna check your steps. Make sure they're securely mounted, can support your weight. Not miss any nuts and bolts, not bent, cracked, broken, or damaged. You're gonna check to make sure your door opens and closes properly. You're gonna make sure that your hinges aren't cracked, damaged, or broken. Miss any nuts and bolts. Do this again from the inside. Alright, this is your air tank. You're going to make sure your air tank straps are securely mounted, not miss any nuts and bolts like crack, broken, or damage. Your air tanks don't have any cracks, holes, or leaks in them.
I remember last time when I was watching the video, you had went underneath and drained the air tank. I was like, where are you draining from? Because I don't have that on the one we was They didn't. Yeah. You got to drain it every day. Every day.
You drain that every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down here in the south, that's not such a big concern. What you're doing is getting the liquid, the air, the water
alcohol out
mixes up in there.
So it don't freeze on you.
You go up north where it gets real freaking cold, they freeze.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey. Believe me, I done seen tanks blow
when they freeze. All right, so you drain your tank. Now we have a battery box. That if you're going along really well and you're calling everything off and pointing out, when you get to the battery box, what you're going to tell them is, this is the battery box, securely mounted to the truck, not cracked, bent, or damaged, not miss any nuts or bolts. These are maintenance-free batteries. I'll check them if you'd like me to, but what I'd be checking for is cracked, damaged, broken batteries, cutter frayed wires, and corrosion.
Okay.
Have you ever seen somebody? Have you ever seen them make somebody go through a verbatim, like every single thing, take it off? For real? Oh shit! It was had a bad day or something.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta know this shit. All right, this is an air dryer. This dries the airlines. You're gonna make sure it's not cracked, broken, or damaged. Securely mounted, not miss any nuts or bolts. Then, back of the tractor, whole new area. You check, make sure the glass isn't broken. The back of the tractor is not bent or damaged. And that's all there is to check on that. Then we come to the frame here. Go check your airlines. Red is emergency, blue is service. Make sure they're not cracked, leaking, or damaged. Correctly hooked up, tight, secure, no leaks. You're going to check your power cord. You have to undo this, pull this out. You're going to check to make sure there's no debris or damage to any of your holes here, and that all your pins are in good condition, not cracked, broken, damaged, or missing. Okay. You're also going to make sure if this is correctly hooked up and in the lock position. Okay. That little thing there locks that in so it doesn't fall off when you're going down the road. Then you go check your catwalk. Securely mounted, not miss any nuts and bolts, and no debris on top of it. Okay. You don't want that falling off going down the road. Then you go check your frame. You're going to make sure that your frame is cracked, broken, damaged, doesn't have any illegal holes or welds on it. Okay. All right. Then you go check your drive shaft. You've got a U-joint up there, a U-joint right there, and a U-joint back there. You want to check those U-joints and make sure they're not cracked, broken, damaged, miss any nuts or bolts, are properly greased. All right, we got another air tank here. Check the straps on it. Check your lines, just like you did on the one there. All right, that's all you got to check down in here. Now we come to a whole new area. This is the coupling area. You want to start up top, make sure your running lights are amber in color, not cracked, damaged, broken, or missing. You want to make sure your header board is in good condition, not bent, cracked, damaged. The fish plate is welded on here, and the header board can support the weight of a load in an emergency stop. Okay. One of the things that happens every year is these break, especially in those type trucks. You slam on the brake, the load shifts, that whole header board just crushes the guy in the cab. Hey. And I've seen it a bunch out on the road. So it's real important, this thing right here. All right, so we're working our way down. That brings us to the glad hand. He's got these locked on here, which is, I'm not going to break the seal. Obviously means they've got a problem here. Yeah. But you were going to take this off and check it. Make sure there's no debris in it. There's a gasket that goes in between these. Make sure that gasket's not cracked, broken, or damaged.
That little black seal that goes on it.
You're going to make sure that it's correctly hooked up.
Wow.
Something wrong.
Super loose.
But you're going to do this one at the emergency and the service, and you're going to pull the power cord, check the pins, check the holes, make sure it's correctly hooked up in the lock position. Brings us down to the fifth wheel. You got to check your fifth wheel, and this is the upper fifth wheel. This piece right here that goes under. You're going to make sure that fifth wheel securely mounted, no broken, cracked, damaged welds. It's in good condition. Then you're going to check the fifth wheel. Make sure it's in good condition, not cracked, broken, or damaged, missing nuts or bolts. You're going to check to make sure the locking lever is in the locked position. And this is the fifth wheel mount. You're going to make sure the fifth wheel mount is securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts, not cracked, broken, or damaged.
Okay.
There's some more parts to that, but we can't see them from here. We do them when we get around the back.
Okay.
All right? Drops us right down to the leaf spring hangers. You can check the leaf spring hangers, make sure they're securely mounted. Now this ain't nuts and bolts, no cracks, breaks, or damage. You can check your leaf springs, make sure they're not cracked, damaged, slid out of place. You go check your U-bolts, make sure they're securely mounted, not missing nuts or bolts. The U-bolts, those big U-shaped bolts.
Right there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what holds everything on.
The latches.
They're kind of important. Brake chamber. Securely mounted, not missing nuts or bolts, no cracks, damage, or leaks. The backside of a brake chamber is slack adjuster. Make sure it has no more than 1 inch plate and push rod's not bent.
Okay.
Brings us to the tires. Steer tires, drive tires. You gotta check these tires, make sure they have 2 30-second tread depth. These tires cannot be mismatched. It's fine if they're retreads. There's no uneven wear.
What do you mean by retread?
They take, these tires are retreaded. See where the seal is? When the treads get old, they cut them off, put new ones on.
Oh, for real?
Those are virgin tires. Yeah, these are 400, those are 800.
So, but them can't be retread.
They cannot be retreads.
Okay.
They have to be virgin.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you can check tires for uneven wear. You can check the inside tires for cuts and bulges, the inside of the wheel for cracks, size, welded, repair. The brake drums can't have any cracks or holes in the brake shoes aren't more than 10. This is a bud wheel system. You want to be sure those two wheels are butted up tight together. There's no space in between them, and there's no debris stuck between the tires. Then we come out here, you check this tire. 2 30-second tread depth, no uneven wear, can't be mismatched. They have to be the same size tires. And no uneven wear, so they're in good condition. Check the outside tire for cuts and bulges. Check the outside of the wheel for cracked sides, welded, repair. Check to see all your lug nuts are here tight, secure, none missing, no rust or shiny threads that indicate them being loose. You're going to check your, that's a hub oil seal. This is a axle seal.
Okay.
So you want to be sure that axle seal is not missing nuts and bolts, like cracked, damage, or leaking in any way.
Okay.
You want to check your valve stem, make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or leaking, and it has a cap. You can check the air in that tire with a gauge.
So we just say that, right?
Yeah, you're just telling
okay.
this. You don't have to do it.
Okay. Like
She
I
says
check the air in the
you
tire
have
with
to
a
do
gauge.
that. That would be the first time.
That's all. That's what I was asking you. Like do they really let them? When you say that, do they really say, "Well, then check it." Then, like, you
No,
really gotta do
they,
it?
the one thing they want you to check is the oil, because they don't want to go out on the road.
Right.
They have truck breakdown.
Okay, yeah, I don't blame
They don't want to go out on the road with a dangerous truck. So while you're doing this, they're doing, it's a full blown thing. They got to get in that truck with you and go out in traffic.
So they make sure they're safe too. So.
Yeah, their safety is paramount.
Okay.
All right, now we come to a little different area. This is under the front of the trailer. You want to start with the floor of the trailer. It's in good condition, no cracks or holes, can support the weight of the load. Then you want to crawl in there. Do y'all know what a V-groove is?
The V groove is with the lock pin gets stuck into
yeah,
the
on that
fifth wheel.
on that
Kingpin, fifth wheel.
now the fifth wheel.
Yeah.
It's got a V groove in it, so when you back up,
That's what
it'll catch the kingpin and put it in the
Yeah,
front.
it's like a lockjaw.
Okay.
So you check the floor of the trailer, then you got to crawl up under here a little bit and look up in that V groove.
It's up in there, cuz.
Right
Between
there.
the joint, yeah, that's the V groove. That little, where the pin goes in it.
Yeah.
That little, yeah. Remember when you had
Yeah,
pulled
we'll go
up?
look at one here in a second
Okay.
on an unhooked truck. But you want to be sure that that kingpin has 3 parts: the base, the shank, and the head. The base securely mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The shank is in good condition. The locking jaws are around the shank. The locking lever's in place, and the head of the kingpin is in good condition, not cracked, broken, damaged, or missing. That's all that holds these two vehicles together. Is that kingpin. Super, super important. In fact, let's go look at one real quick so you know what I'm talking about.
I remember I used to, when I was working for the railroad, I used to run underneath them. You don't hear them lock. You go to pull off, that trailer come right off. Like, it joint's crazy.
So, anyways, that's the kingpin.
Yeah, that's the kingpin.
The base, the shank, the head.
Okay, the shank is the okay.
Shank is the
that's where
thing.
a lot of
the-
these jaws clamp around,
Okay.
and that is all that holds vehicles together. That's a majorly important piece.
Remember I said you before in the back up, when I was saying you line up between that pole, that's the V groove, that fifth wheel that? That's the V groove.
Alright, so we've looked up in the V groove, we made sure the kingpin was in good condition, locking jaws are in place, locking lever slams across behind it. Then you want to check your lights, make sure they're red in color, not cracked, damaged, and missing. The wires aren't cut or frayed, correctly hooked up.
Okay.
Then you want to check your landing gear. This is called a cross member. This big bar,
It's
big
called a what?
cross member.
Oh, crossing.
Cross
You
member?
want to be sure that that cross member is in good condition, not cracked, broken, damaged, any bad welds.
You see that?
You want to be sure your landing gear's up and in the locked position.
You see?
Alright, we'll take
Yeah, that's why I look, I said, you see that? I'll show you.
You ain't taking
Yeah, yeah.
This
It's all
trailer's
good.
not leaving.
Hey, walking the Budweiser.
Alright, so now you gotta check the side of the truck. You want to check your clearance lights, are amber in color. 1, 2, the last one's red. Nothing cracked, damaged, or missing. You want to be sure your doors open and closed properly. You want to be sure the handle is in the locked position. So you lock that down with all doors closed. You want to be sure that all your DOT reflectors are in place. All your doors work properly. All you gotta do is open and close one door, not all.
Okay.
There's a time restraint on this shit, and that would take forever. So that first door up there, you open and close it.
So when we take our driver test, is it gonna be the same 16 bay or will it be a different bay?
I have
You
no
don't,
idea.
seriously? I thought you know. I'm just asking. I don't
I
know.
didn't know y'all were coming.
Yeah, he told me Thursday, Friday.
Friday.
It's Thursday and Friday.
I won't be here tomorrow either.
Well, we'll just stay down there. It's all good. But that's just crazy.
But y'all are filming this, so you can refer to
That's
this.
why,
Get my
exactly.
number. You can call me if you have any questions.
Okay.
I'm happy to help in any way.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, you come back here, back of the trailer, back side of the trailer. The last clear light's red in color, not cracked, damage, missing. You want to come down here, the tire, 2/32 tread depth. They cannot be mismatched. You can't see the inside, so we can't do that. You just do the outside.
So you can't just fill back there?
No,
Nothing?
you just call off the 2/32 tread depth, no uneven wear, outside tire for cuts and bulges, wheel crack sides welded repair. Your lug nuts are all here tight, secure, none rusty or shiny threads indicate them being loose. Hub oil seal, securely mounted, not leaking, no cracks or damage. Valve stem, not cracked, damaged, leaking, it has a cap. You'll check the air nut tire with a gauge. Brings us to the back of the truck. This is why you got to get out there, reading it, watching it online, all that other crap's great. You got to get out here and do this around the truck every day and test each other, because when you get back here, you know whether you've been working hard or not.
True.
Your running lights are red in color, not cracked, damaged, none missing. Your brake lights are red in color, not cracked, damaged, none missing. Your fish plate is, again, no cracks, damage, broken welds. Back of the truck can support the load when you're starting off. Especially on a hill, if the load shifted, you don't want the back of your truck.
It's called a
falling.
fish plate?
Yeah. You want to check your bumper. This is a bumper. Securely mounted, not cracked, broken, damaged, not missing any nuts or bolts. Again, your brake lights, red in color, not cracked, damaged, missing. Now, up-to-date tag. Your hand truck holder, securely mounted, not missing any nuts and bolts, not bent, broken, or damaged. All right, now you got to go underneath the truck. If you're going real smooth and you get back here, she'll say just call it off. There's 12 items underneath this truck, and it's all shit you've looked at before, just in the back of the truck. You got air tanks. You want to make sure they're not bent, cracked, damaged, or leaking. You got air tank straps. You want to be sure they can support the weight of the tank.
They're on both sides?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
one for each wheel. So you got air tank straps. Out of the back of that air tank comes an air line. You want to make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or leaking. not dry rotted. That airline runs down to a brake chamber. You want to be sure that brake chamber is securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts, not cracked, broken, damaged, or leaking. On the back side of that brake chamber is a slack adjuster. You want to make sure it has no more than 1 inch play, and the push rod's not mounted. Then you want to go to leaf spring hangers, securely mounted, not missing nuts and bolts, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Your leaf springs aren't cracked, broken, damaged, slid out of place. Your U-bolts are in good condition, not cracked, broken, damaged, missing any nuts and bolts. Then you want to go to the inside of the tire, check it for cuts and bulges, the inside of the wheel for cracked signs, welded, repair. The brake drum doesn't have any cracks or holes in it, and the brake shoes aren't worn there. That's 12 items. Everybody fights me on this. Pull your fingers out and count them off on your fingers. I've been doing this for 15, 16 years. You get up there the course, doesn't matter where they went to school, doesn't matter who trained them. When you go to the back of the truck, everybody pulls their fingers out. And if you watch the examiners, they're counting off on their fingers. They want to hear 12 items. So you mark them off on your fingers, and you get the 10. You missed 2 things.
Oh, so they ain't gonna tell us to get on the truck.
They might.
They might. If you're struggling, and this is a real good sign, if they tell you get under the truck, you're not doing very well.
Okay.
And they're trying to help you out.
Okay, so basically we just both are gonna be standing right here.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
But if they tell you to get under the truck, it means you're struggling.
I mean, I'm missing something up there.
Yeah, it means you need to not miss anything else.
Okay.
So when you're practicing, not right now when everything's soaking wet.
Yeah.
When you're down full practice, drop down, slide under there, find the air tanks, find all the parts and pieces. The more you do this on the truck, the better you will do. Reading about it, thinking about it helps, but there's nothing better than getting out here and going around this truck with 2 of them, helping each other out, working like a team. All right, we're done with the back of the truck. Come over to this side of the truck. This is what you have to tell them. I'm going to check everything over here just like I did over there. That's all you have to say.
For real? That's it? So I don't have to do...
All you got to call off over here is something that wasn't over there.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to check everything here just like I did over there.
Okay.
You get to here, you have some things we didn't do over there. You're going to check your exhaust pipe, your muffler. That's muffler, that's some...
Extended.
Sure it's securely mounted, not crack damage, broken, not missing any nuts or bolts, no cracks or holes or leaks. You're going to check your exhaust pipe going up underneath the truck. Make sure it has no cracks, holes, damage, leaks in it, securely mounted. A leaking exhaust will kill you. Alright, what's this?
Fuel tank.
Fuel tank is the correct answer.
Okay.
One lady's counted off because the guy called.